favorite part is probably the surprise, the suspense, I would say, and the technology. I guess all three wrapped up into one, because you've got, you don't know who's going to show up on Friday for the interview, right? I mean, y'all are out in the back. I don't. It's not like you're sending me an email, hey, John, we got 3 already. Here comes Wednesday. We got 5 now. It's like come Friday, you're like, we got 20 waiting in the room. I'm like, what? So the suspense of that, the technology of how we did it is so unique. It's super cool to see it work in action. I mean, the funniest part when Adam was selling me on Team Hired, one, Joseph over at Craig Wiggins said, do it, just do it. And so that's why, blind faith, I'm going to do whatever Joseph says do. And so I did. And then Adam was the sales person, and he was telling me, but he didn't prepare me for how you really do it. He just did not prepare me. And I think that was probably was for a reason, because if you tell somebody too much, then they have more questions like, how would that work? How are you going to have a Zoom meeting with 40 people on it at one time? So it get, and then like I said, the technology of doing it, it was just, all of that just makes it awesome. Just makes it really good. We were able to pick up one. What I've realized is you're able to get licensed people that I could not get. I mean, let's start with that first. I mean, sure, I was on Indeed and I was doing my thing. I was on Facebook, social media, trying to get people, but they didn't have licenses, I mean, I had one guy who came who did have a license, who I had hired. No, that's not true. I had 2 or 3 people that I had hired that had licenses, but they just were not, they didn't seem like they wanted it. It was almost like I should be happy they're there, where these candidates are really looking for a job. It was almost like the other people I'd hired was like, I want to do it, but let's see how it goes. Where these candidates are like, I'm really serious about a job. So I don't know how you're picking them or how they're coming on board or what the advertisement is that you're doing, but it seems like these people are a lot more willing to be engaged. I like how you and I set up the second interview as a Zoom, and then the third as a face-to-face where they could come in and we could really go over the comp plan and things like that. I also have our coach do a third interview before we get together. It's a 15-minute phone interview. So my structure is a little bit different than others just because that's something that I pay for on the side. But everything it works fine. It's working good. That's easy. Results, right? I mean, one word, results. Because what I was doing, I was literally so discouraged about finding hired help. I couldn't find it, throwing it out there. I mean, I even raised my salary base, to thought maybe money was the answer, because I just wasn't getting a good pool of people. And in turns, it's like, no, I went back to the base that everybody told me to start with, and which was $24,000 a year, $2,000 a month. I had gone up to 30 grand thinking, well, it sounded better. Let's just see what 30 would bring, right? But the way that y'all do it, the way you set it up, the way that it's advertised has brought a really good results, and the people that I'm talking to are all willing to accept what salaries we're paying. So that's good.